Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are analyzing 3 articles about Palantir Technologies pertaining to why 2 analysts have recently downgraded their ratings for Palantir Technologies PLTR stock, and the last article we're going to be going over is in regards to institutional investors buying more Palantir Technologies, which is good news. So clearly we have a mixed bag here. The first article we're going to be analyzing is titled, Palantir Falls as Analyst Raises Questions over Army Contract Renewal, which is going to make some investors quite nervous, but overall, I don't think investors should be as nervous as this article would lead you to believe. Next, we're going to dissect why Palantir's PLTR stock is pulling back right now, and how this could actually be used as good news, giving investors a phenomenal buying opportunity. And then lastly, we're going to discuss Palantir's top 5 institutional investors, while also outlining why other institutions have been buying up Palantir Technologies stock even at this very high share price. So for more videos on Palantir Technologies, don't forget to go and annihilate that like button right now. Subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to become a member of this channel for as little as 99 cents per month, because that's what keeps me here on YouTube. And with all of that being said, I say let's jump right into today's video. Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR, is a big data and analytics company which serves both commercial enterprises as well as government agencies, and they have had a phenomenal run in their share price during the year of 2023. But despite this, an analyst has recently come out to highlight a bearish negative headwind that is going to hit this company in the next 2 weeks. And this analyst is a William Blair analyst who said that the PLTR stock should start to fall as the Army contract renewal approaches, which is very interesting. So let's see what he says. This William Blair analyst rates Palantir stock at an underperform rating for the remainder of the year, and he's speculating that the future of the 4-year, $458 million Army contract is set to expire, and the renewal of this contract will not be as high as the original $458 million that Palantir was supposed to get from this contract. He said that the Army might offer a 2-year renewal for only $116 million, which would be a huge blow to Palantir's overall revenues, considering that this is one of their larger contracts, which Palantir is reliant on to continuously deliver impressive earnings and revenue results on their quarterly earnings reports. And ever since this perspective was released by this analyst, Palantir's stock price has fallen by around 9.2%, closing at $18.40 per share, although other analysts who are more bullish believe this company could surge up to $25 per share. Now, that is on the higher end of what this company could actually achieve in their share price, while other analysts are more bearish and negative, which we will talk about in our next article. But like we said earlier, and like we predicted, a pullback in the stock is going to happen, and that's exactly what we are seeing right now, and this is just a part of a healthy stock cycle. Stocks can't just go up. Eventually they will need to pull back, especially when they become disconnected from their fundamentals. We also know that Palantir has bagged huge gains in the month of November, and honestly huge gains from the beginning of the year, to where even a Barron's article said that with the release of this bearish negative report from the critic, which is the William Blair analyst, it has taken the wind out of Palantir Technologies PLTR stock. And this actually could be good news, considering that this will allow investors to get into this company at a cheaper price point. Another reason why this would be a huge blow to Palantir Technologies' overall revenues is because 60% of their revenue comes from government agencies. And considering that their Army contract is one of their largest contracts, therefore if Palantir does not successfully maintain and retain this Army contract, it could be catastrophic for their future earnings report. As of right now, the stock is still up massively in 2023, up between 190 to 200% year to date, which is absolutely phenomenal. But it seems that Palantir has officially started to pull back and start their downward trajectory, at least according to this analyst. But we also have another analyst which echoes these bearish negative criticisms about Palantir. For instance, Palantir Technologies is a solid company with very impressive revenue growth, which I've highlighted a multitude of times. However, this article says that Palantir stock is too pricey after their year-long rally, meaning that this company's share price has to cool off in some regard. And this is where the author echoes a very well-known quote from Benjamin Graham as well as Warren Buffett, who say that investors should be fearful when others are greedy, meaning that when a stock price has surged so high and it just continues to go up, you should should be very scared and cautious, and you should remember to take profits because eventually the stock will pull back. It's just how stocks work, and it's only a matter of time, and that's exactly what we've been seeing right now for Palantir Technologies. So therefore, this author is encouraging investors to be cautious about this stock at their current price point of around $18.40, considering that they've already pulled back close to 10%. It's also worth noting that Palantir scored a 7-year, $414 million data communications platform contract with England's NHS, which is the National Healthcare Service, which we predicted would happen, and finally that did come through to fruition. And here's what I think. Even if Palantir's Army contract is going to bring them in less revenue than anticipated, this NHS contract is set to offset any loss from the Army contract. So honestly, overall, I think this is a pretty good trade-off. However, on the other hand, these positive developments don't seem to be justifying Palantir's current PLTR stock, considering that the share price has already surged so high year to date, and a pullback is imminent, which this investor believes we are experiencing right now. Like we said, there are two analysts who are speaking very bearish and negatively about Palantir. The first one was a William Blair analyst, which we just went over in the first article, and the next one is a Deutsche Bank analyst who reiterated his sell rating on Palantir stock, giving this company an $11 price target, implying substantial downside. Now for me, I'm not sure if this company is going to drop to $11, but if it does, I will be buying this company hand over fist, considering that that would drop Palantir Technologies PLTR stock below their fair value estimate, according to Morningstar, between $12 to $13. So if you can buy a company below their fair value estimate, that makes it a phenomenal investment and buying opportunity for long-term investors. Therefore, the author anticipates that the sell-off that we are experiencing right now is actually healthy for this company because the company's share price has become disconnected to their overall fundamentals regarding their revenue as well as their projected earnings. So at the end of the day, should investors buy or sell this company? Well, according to TipRanks, Palantir stock is a strong buying opportunity based off of 4 buy ratings, 5 hold ratings, and 5 sell ratings that have been assigned by analysts over the last 3 months. The average price target for Palantir Technologies is $15.18, which does imply a downside of 17.5%. So ideally, if your average cost basis is below $15, then holding this company could be the best opportunity. But overall, it still seems that there are more bullish positive analysts that have recently changed their mind about this company than there are bearish negative analysts. But I just wanted to make you aware of these two analysts who are really speaking negatively and critically about Palantir Technologies, and I think an investor needs to be aware of the bullish case and the bearish case, the positive side and the negative side, so they can compare and contrast the pros and cons of buying into this company so they can make a wise investment decision. And I hope that you really enjoy the fact that we go over the bullish positive articles and the negative articles. The takeaway that you would need to know from this article before we move on to our last article is that Palantir Technologies is not one of the Magnificent Seven companies. The Magnificent Seven is composed of very large cap companies that are going to be here for multiple generations to come and will not be bought out by any other company. There is a potential that Palantir Technologies could be bought out by another company, and I think their management would be open to that, but considering Palantir's current price point and how their market cap is over $40 billion, I just don't see that realistically happening as of right now unless their share price becomes substantially cheaper, which would move down their overall market capitalization. You should also not get the wrong idea here. I highly appreciate Palantir Technologies' revenue growth, their technology, which is leagues ahead of their competition, as well as the company's ability to scale. So don't get me wrong, I personally own this company, but I have less than a 5% initial portfolio allocation to Palantir Technologies because I like to practice proper risk management. There's no need for me to overexpose myself to any singular risky growth company. I would rather buy a plethora of strong companies instead of just betting on one. That not only lowers my risk of potential losses, but it also makes me make more money over the long term. So I personally am not considering selling Palantir Technologies as of right now. I'm going to hold my stock, wait for it to drop lower, and then purchase more shares to lower my average cost basis if the company falls low enough. And I think that's exactly what major institutions institutions are doing right now. And here's how I know that. As of right now, we've been tracking their 13F filers for various institutions, and during the third quarter, we saw 872 institutions disclose a stake in Palantir Technologies PLTR stock, which is an increase of 14 institutions compared to the prior quarter. This signifies that major institutions are becoming more bullish on Palantir and not less bullish despite their higher share price. When we track institutional ownership, this is very important because these large institutional investors provide not only liquidity but also support for the stock. As of late, we've seen major institutions and even an individual investor have heavy stakes in this company. For instance, the number one shareholder of this company is Vanguard, who holds 187.33 million shares, and they've recently acquired 18.75 million shares during the third quarter. The second largest stakeholder in this company is their co-founder named Peter Thiel, which is an absolute genius investor who has around 163.46 million shares. And then for other institutional ownership, we have many prestigious financial institutions such as BlackRock, Renaissance Technologies, as well as State Street, who own 105 million shares, 43 million shares, and 37 million shares respectively, with BlackRock adding 2.42 million shares during quarter three, Renaissance Technology acquiring another 3.8 million shares, and State Street buying up 1.2 million more shares during the third quarter. So overall, I would say this is very bullish, and despite these negative naysayer critics and analysts who are shining light on the potential downfalls and negative catalysts that are coming up for Palantir Technologies, overall, this is really not catastrophic news. Palantir Technologies is not going anywhere, and the lower the share price drops, the better buying opportunity it becomes because of this company's very strong fundamentals. So with that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts down below about what you think of Palantir dropping in their overall share price, and I would love to hear your investment strategy for Palantir going forward. Don't forget to go and annihilate that like button right now. Subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to become a member of this channel for as little as 99 cents per month, because that's what keeps me here on YouTube. And with all of that being said, I wish you the best of luck, happy investing, and I will see you in the next YT video.